Hey there. As someone who has been in the entrepreneur, leadership, self-development space for over 10 years, I am super passionate about mentoring people in not only small businesses, but in life, in growing their mindset. And so I'm just going to give you one little tool today that I hope can help you recognize your mindset and help shift it by asking yourself some questions. Okay. So I'm going to give you an example I feel most of us can relate to if you've ever been in a relationship, whether it's a relationship with any family member, boyfriend, husband, girlfriend, what have you. Have you ever been in a place where you find yourself saying, I don't know why we're fighting all the time. I don't know why. I don't know how we got here. I don't know what else to do. Okay, you can take this example and apply it anywhere. I don't know why my son's having meltdowns and tantrums. I don't know why. And so many times we say these phrases out of a place of frustration. Now, your frustration is absolutely valid. What I want you to understand is that what we tell our brain doesn't know truth from a lie to a joke to reality. It will believe what you tell it. And once you make up a decision on something, your brain will then find evidence to prove you right. Okay? So for an example of back to the relationship, I don't know why we're fighting all the time. I don't know what to do. This just isn't working out. And so you kind of made that decision. This isn't working out. Your brain is going to find the evidence to prove to you why it's not going to work out. Versus if you told yourself, I know we're going to make this work. I believe in us. Then your brain is going to find evidence to support that, right? Okay. Now, next is when you're telling yourself, I don't know why, I don't know how, there's nothing left to do, then you have shut your brain down from finding a solution, okay? And so you've told your brain you don't know why, so it's not going to try to find a solution because you're not opening up those pathways to finding a solution, right? And so when you hear yourself saying these phrases in any situation, I want you to be able to recognize it. It doesn't mean that you're a negative person, a terrible person. It's just human instincts. I've been there, you've been there. And so the most powerful thing is giving yourself the power of the second thought. So the first thought, it doesn't define who you are. It's human nature, human instincts. That second thought, that powerful thought, that's what's going to define what type of person you're going to be, right? So rejecting that negative thought and replacing it with a positive thought. So back to this, as the relationship example, when we say, I don't know how, when you hear yourself say those things, be able to recognize it and replace it with allowing yourself to have a solution-based mindset, which is really going to be asking you questions. What can I do? How can I be more positive? How can I become a better communicator? How can I grow myself? How can I choose gratefulness, gratitude in this situation, whatever it is? And so what really made me think of this is if you're watching this in real time, is with our current situation in our world with the pandemic of COVID. And we are all in this together, but I know it's so different for so many people. And you can see these positive posts online and you can think in your head, well, screw you. You don't know what it's like. I don't know how I'm going to put food on the table for my family tomorrow because we don't have a job and I don't have a paycheck and I don't know how we're going to do this and I don't know how I'm going to make any money. I don't know how we're going to have food. Okay, so I wanted to lead with the first example first, but as you can see, you're not allowing your brain to come up with solutions. And so when your emotions are high, which your emotions are totally valid, by the way, your logic is low. And so when you can recognize the feeling and the emotion and then switch into a solution-based mindset of asking yourself the questions of how, not why. Why are you doing this? Because that is a negative. So your questions, I want you to start with how, what can I do? Who can I reach out to? Who can I talk to? How can I gain support? What relief options are out there for me? What research can I do? What options do I have? And then it allows your brain to turn and create solutions. So I hope you being able to now recognize those red flags when we're in those place of high emotions, which it's okay to have the emotions. We need to feel the emotions, but then it's what are you going to do with them? And when you can recognize it, then you can switch your brain into asking yourself those questions to have a solution-based mindset. I hope that this adds value to your life, and thank you for giving me your time today.